Me, I'm just balling it up.
You heard me.
Me, I'm just balling it up.
Yeah.
Couple shots in my cup.
Yeah.
Me, I'm just balling it up. Me, I'm just balling it up.
Yeah.
Me, I'm just balling it up. It's that pull up while you sleeping, homie. While you sleeping on me, I be plotting, homie. Yeah, I stay hungry like a young Kobe. Had to airball just to get the glory. Yeah, the flow gory. Blood on my lyrics, they hear it. I know that they feel it, they fear it. Apparently, ain't no one scaring me. I cut your head off and hold that shit dear to me. Watch what you say to me, bruv. Calling my bluff. Killing rappers, man, it's never enough. Alright, y'all. What's up, man? My man, how you doing?
Good,
all right,
good.
man. Welcome to the first podcast ever, man. Hoops and Hands, man, where you can get the hands if you don't like what we talking about here. So, this is me. I'm CJ Ashley. I'm your host. My boy right over here.
I'm Daniel.
Yeah, we doing all right on this fine Tuesday. And pretty much just to give you a little quick, basically this is just NBA talk, NBA, MMA. That's why we call it Hoops and Hands. You know what I'm saying? Hoops for the basketball, hands for the MMA. You know, so. We've been kind of doing this for a while, and so we just thought we'd get on camera and do it. So, what should we open with? What should we start with? Should we start with Giannis?
Yeah, we definitely got to start with Giannis. So, just today, it was announced that Giannis was going to sign the Supermax extension for 5 years, and it's going to come out to $228 million.
Ooh.
So, the first year, I believe he's making $48 million.
Mm-hmm.
That is just absolutely nuts, considering this is a small market in Milwaukee.
I mean, but that's what the new CBA is allowing, these players to do. They want their players to re-sign with the franchise that they got drafted to. And I think it's pretty dope that I think this is like the first one we're actually seeing, like with Giannis. Like we usually after like 7 years, like we had LeBron leave, we had KD leave, we had all these guys leave their franchises that they were drafted to. Giannis is the first one to be like, nah, I'm happy here. This is my home. This is where I want to be. So, yeah, I think it's pretty dope. And I'm happy that he's doing it because I thought he was going to stay the entire time. I just felt like he was built different in the sense that he wasn't going to go join a super team and he didn't want to do any of that. He's determined to win one in Milwaukee, and I think that's pretty dope of him. And I think he can, man, in a few years, man, if he just gets... I think what this does, it really shows the rest of the league, like, hey, I'm here in Milwaukee. I'm here to stay. Like, so if you want to come here, like, I'm locked in. Like, I'm ready to be here. I'm ready to win this championship. We can do this. It shows all these players that, like, all right, well, if Giannis is staying, I can rely on him. I can go there. We can actually go do some crazy stuff. And now it's really up for Milwaukee, man. It's time for them to step it up. They inked their superstar. They got him in. So now it's time to show, like, yo, we got to make some trades. We got to get our guy to the promised land. So I think it's dope, man. It's the clock is ticking on Milwaukee now, but I think it's dope that they got him back.
Yeah, definitely. That was like a big first step for Milwaukee because now that's going to make everything easier for like Jrue Holiday, for example, because he's only on a 1-year contract.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to worry of, if Giannis is going to leave, then I'm not going to want to sign an extension here.
Absolutely. And I think they're definitely going to extend him too. I'm sure that they're going to want to keep Jrue Holiday around. I think it goes to be seen what they're going to do with Middleton. I'm interested to see how he bounces back from last year. I think he's a solid player. I think hopefully this season he's ready to take that jump, or at least offensively, really put his foot on the league and get his game up, man, because Giannis needs that help. But
absolutely, but I think with the Jrue Holiday trade, that's going to take a lot of load off of Chris Middleton defensively.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think I don't know, man. Was defensively was that like a huge concern with Middleton? Like,
well, he was guarding pretty good players whenever.
Yeah,
like, for example, Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, but he got to give it back too. Like he's offensively, he was very inconsistent, and I think that like when Giannis is your only guy and he's not playing well or he's being double teamed and he needs help, he needs another reliable scorer. You know what I mean? So like my problem with Middleton has always been his inconsistency offensively. So I think that's one thing I would like to see him step up. Defensively, yeah, now he has some help. So now maybe offensively he will start to flow better. It'll get a little easier for him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but who knows? He might get traded.
Yeah.
Because there's been talks about Houston in them.
I mean, I guess if you're Harden, Milwaukee sounds a little more attractive now that you know that Giannis is staying in. But I'm not sure if Milwaukee's gonna want to do that or pull that trade, just simply of the fact that James Harden's made it clear where he wants to go. So like if I'm gonna trade my team away for someone like Harden, I want to make sure that we can resign him and keep him there. You know what I mean? If he's not there, then you just got rid of your team because Jrue Holiday is gonna be in that. I think he's gonna be in that deal. If I'm Houston, I'm not.
He's not going to be able to because he was just recently traded there.
Oh yeah, you're right.
But
That's true. That's true. That's true.
This is how I think it's going to work out. I think Brook Lopez is definitely going to be included with that trade package right there, and
Yeah.
Middleton.
Yeah, but that's not enough.
And then,
If I'm Houston, I'm not. I don't want those niggas. Like,
but I feel like with Houston, the time is really ticking on them because when a year passes, they're going to become more desperate to get that trade in, and then they're going to be offered less.
right? But you have Harden on a 2-year deal. You also have John Wall now. You have Boogie Cousins. You have a decent team. So I'm not trading Harden for anything less than the farm. Like, you got to give me everything. Like, I want.
And that right there is the problem because to go to the Brooklyn Nets, James Harden, you would have to trade either Kyrie or KD. That's what they want.
No, absolutely. I'm not talking about Brooklyn. Like, absolutely for Brooklyn, yeah. But if we're talking Milwaukee, that's a different story. Like, if I'm talking Milwaukee, I want Jrue Holiday. I want Brook Lopez. I want all of your best players. I want Middleton. I want them all. So like, Houston, they're still sitting pretty because it's like, well, if we can't get rid of you, you still have to play here. You still have to ball out, and you have a good team here. You have an all-star point guard. You got an all-star center. Like, you have a good team here. So like, I feel like if I'm Houston, I'm not worried about shit. Like, I'm just gonna see how this plays out. Like, it's not like Harden isn't gonna gel with John Wall or Boogie Cousins. He knows them both. They're all. I mean, all these NBA dudes are friends. So it's like, I don't have to worry about shit. Like, I'm not gonna pull the trigger on some bullshit deal. Like, we've seen in the past how that's happened with like the Denver and Melo situation with like just a bunch of different retarded ass trades. Fucking Brooklyn and the Celtics, where they traded for Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett and gave away their entire future for those fucking guys. So it's like, if I'm Houston, I'm staying put. I'm not doing it. Like, I'm going to just wait it out. James Harden, you're going to have to play here. I still got you for a couple of years. So, like, I'm not trading you unless something lucrative happens. Like, who knows, man? Kyrie might be a problem in Brooklyn. We might be like, all right, we'll trade Kyrie for, you know what I mean, for James Harden. So, yeah.
I feel like you'd still be in the same situation if you were to switch them around
Why you say that?
because they're both offensively ball-dominant players.
Yeah, but James Harden is a better passer than Kyrie is. And a more willing passer than Kyrie is.
Kyrie's the better closer.
Yeah, but James Harden can close too. And you don't even need that if you have Kevin Durant there. Kevin Durant can close. Who's a better closer, Kyrie or Kevin Durant? Who you trust more with the ball?
Kyrie.
You trust Kyrie more?
I trust Kyrie.
I mean, you with a 7-footer with a handle that can shoot. I mean, I would rather Kevin Durant take that shot. Like, you ain't blocking that shot.
Yeah, but I just know Kyrie in the biggest games and the biggest moments are gonna close that shit out.
Yeah, true. I mean, you can't go wrong with either or. Like, it's both really nice, but like,
I mean, they're both in the top 5 in most clutch.
Absolutely.
Damian Lillard for me is the clutchest player in the league right now.
I don't think so. That I don't agree. I think Damian Lillard he's the nigga that's gonna scorch your team and beat you. Like, he'll give you 50 and 60, but like in big moments, I mean, I would rather have those guys over Damian Lillard. Not saying that Damian Lillard can't close.
Well, you can't go wrong with either of those dudes. But
absolutely. All right, so what do you think about this new look NBA? Like, what do you think is gonna happen with this NBA? Because with COVID rampant, and like, I think, in my opinion, the NBA has been the best sports team, or the best sports, what would you call that? When it comes to sports, the NBA has done the best job when it comes to COVID. You know what I mean? Like, with the bubble, nobody tested positive, and like the playoffs went perfect. I mean, besides everything that was going on with the Black Lives Matter movement and like what happened in Milwaukee, but like, as far as COVID is concerned, we were the best. I feel like the NBA was the best to handle that. Like,
absolutely.
With MMA, yes, they were the first to come back and actually put on some fights, but you still have big, and we're seeing it now. Like, we have big fights being canceled because of COVID. You know what I mean? And The NFL is going, I think they had how many people catch COVID? Like
They had a bunch of people catching
yeah,
COVID at the beginning
really
of the
bad.
NFL season.
Yeah, especially, and I don't even want to talk about MLB. Like they're fucking worse when it comes to COVID. So like with everything now, like with all the new rules, like the NBA saying that
No social gatherings.
no social gatherings. When you go on the road, you are to stay in your room. You're not to go anywhere else. You can't go out and travel. Like with all the new rules and like the heavy fines that you'll get if you break those rules, you know what I mean? Like not only will you get fined by the NBA, but you're also quarantined. So like now you can't play games. That's affecting your money. Like with all the new rules and how everything is being done, especially with coming back so soon. Like it's crazy to think that literally 3 months ago, playoffs were starting.
Yeah.
Like we were getting ready for playoffs, like literally 3 months ago, and now all of a sudden, here we are about to start another season. It's like, what do you think?
Well, I mean, when they took that time off in previous season, that was practically the end of a season, technically, because they have 3 months off regardless after a season.
True.
So you could technically say we're mid-season right now.
Yeah.
Because they played playoffs for what, 2 months, 3 months?
Yeah, just about.
And then they had like another month or two off of that too.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, you could look at it as mid-season. I feel like everyone's pretty much rested, those that are not were playing the playoffs, but
Yeah.
I feel like the NBA has really done its best, what they can do with COVID and all that going on. It's just the look. I don't know. I find it kind of weird because, in the playoffs, you had like the whole fans on the sidelines and all that. Now it's kind of like plain.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're going to bring that back during the regular season, but I don't know. It kind of looked weird. It felt like an AAU game.
Yeah, it did. It did. It does look weird. Just the NBA preseason games that I just watched, I was just like, this is just not the same. But like, I'm not a fan of them starting back so soon. Obviously, because I'm a diehard Laker fan, and we had just won the championship, and now we're coming back. Bron is a year older. Even though I know that LeBron is the best athlete, one of the best athletes, period, to take care of his body. He spends millions of dollars on his body. I still don't want to help Father Time come get this nigga. Like,
Right.
We have, I wouldn't say we have unfinished business, but we got a lot more winning to do. And like coming back so soon, if I am the Lakers, if it comes to like too many meaningless games like LeBron, AD, you're not playing. Like I'm not playing them at all. Like if we're playing fucking Sacramento, nigga, y'all don't need to play that game. If we're playing like teams that we don't need, that we're not gonna have to worry about, we don't need to play our guys. But like, and obviously the televised games, the really big ones, obviously yes, or just playoff teams in general. But like, I would do my very best to like conserve my superstars.
Absolutely, especially with Anthony Davis, because that dude's injury prone.
Yeah, but
It's
even
ridiculous.
not even just Anthony Davis, but everybody. Like, I'm looking at a lot of these guys because it's like you said, a lot of these guys, they had a long ass offseason. You know what I mean? Like Trae Young, that motherfucker didn't go to the bubble. Like he's been waiting to play for like ever. You know what I mean? So like they're ready to go, but it's like for Miami, for the Lakers, for the Clippers, for you know what I mean, for Celtics. Like these guys, they were in there longer. You know what I mean? So this is just a really quick turnaround, which is kind of crazy to me when I think about like Gordon Hayward. Like you were just with the Celtics 2-3 months ago, and then it's like that fast turnaround. Now you're with a new team. Now you got to learn this new team, and now preseason starting. Like if you're switching teams, like that's a pretty fast turnaround to kind of start getting to know your teammates. You know what I mean? So I think it's crazy. Like
I wish him luck dealing with LaMelo Ball and his crazy ass.
bruh, man. Speaking of that, like with preseason, what do you think about LaMelo?
He's gonna be a superstar.
You think so?
He's gonna be a superstar. He has that it factor.
That first game, I wasn't impressed. That first game, I was like, ooh, man, like the fact that you didn't put up any points. That to me, I was like, I don't know. And then like the fact that they didn't start him. You know what I mean? They have him come off the bench. I was like, I don't know if I like that. You know what I mean? Like, but the second game, he looked a lot better. I think it's just the way he moves. Like I thought his speed was going to be a problem because he's so tall and like the way that he plays. I didn't think he was going to be NBA speed ready. I think it was gonna take him a little bit to catch up because it took Lonzo a bit. Like Lonzo, when he first came in, he played a little slow. You know what I mean? Like he kind of like he was trying to figure out what the NBA speed was like. But like LaMelo, like he looks ready. Like granted, he had more experience because he's been a pro for a while.
Yeah, it's been pro since 16.
Yeah, so like the fact that he came in, the way he looked, I liked his attack mentality, like how he was attacking the basket, then getting people involved. I was like, LaMelo, he's gonna be everything I think he's gonna be.
The passing's just as good as Lonzo's, pretty much.
I don't know about that.
Well,
I think the flash, the flashiness was cool, but there were like certain things there were certain things where I was like, Lonzo came in a little bit more crisp, but like he
doesn't have the full court passing like Lonzo, but like he could definitely make some plays.
I think it's dope. I'm really excited to see how he plays. Like I'm hoping that the one thing I hope that he really just does is be more aggressive than Lonzo is. Like we understand that you're a pass first, like that's how you play, but we need you to be more aggressive offensively. Like I want to see you put up more shots, try to get to the paint. Like you tall enough, like you can do it. So,
I feel like you would because they're polar opposites between Lonzo and LaMelo.
Yeah, but like in college and high school, Lonzo didn't have a problem with scoring. Lonzo was I felt like he was a pass first, but Lonzo attacked just as much as he did pass. So like when he came into the NBA, I felt like he was doing a bit too much hesitating and a lot of waiting around. And to this day he kind of still does it, but LaMelo's not like that. He's attack. He's ready to attack. So I like that about him. So yeah. That's pretty cool. I liked Phoenix. I liked how Phoenix looked. Phoenix looked really good.
They're going to be in the playoffs, I think, this year.
Yeah, man. Chris Paul, man. I don't think there's a team where I don't think there's a place where Chris Paul can't go and just not turn this team into a playoff team. Like, Chris Paul is that dude, man. Like, he's just fucking nice.
He's just a point guard.
He really is, man. Like, just to see how he came in and just how good he made DeAndre Ayton look, like, how he was coaching everybody on the floor, like, Chris Paul is that dude, man. Like, I'm really excited to see Phoenix this year.
I'm happy that he's there, to be honest, because now people are going to put their attention on Devin Booker now, which I don't feel like people haven't been as lately.
Yeah, because Phoenix has been whack for a long time, man. It's like he's a one man army, and it's like it's easy to overlook them, especially when you have so many great teams in the West, man. But yeah, they looked good. I really liked. I didn't get to see enough of Atlanta. I want to see more from them because they're my sleeper this year. I think that they're going to be a deadly team this year. I think they're going to sneak to the second round this year.
I feel like that's a given.
I don't know. I don't think so. I thought they would be a playoff team. I thought they would get to like the 8th seed and like play probably like the best team and then get bounced in the first round. But I think they could sneak up to like that 7th to 6th seed.
I think they're going to be 6.
Yeah. So like I at first I had them at 8, but now I have them moving up. I think this is going to be a really good year for Atlanta. So yeah.
That's crazy. I think surprisingly enough, I think the Pelicans are going to be my sleeper team.
Oh, for real? Yeah.
Yeah. Cuz I think Zion's going to take over.
You think Zion? I think Brandon Ingram. God damn. Like
it's a possibility both of them.
Bruh, like Brandon Ingram, man, like who did they just play in the preseason? I forgot who. But man, like Miami. They played Miami. And Brandon Ingram was torching. Like he looked so good. Like the way he picks his spots, the way he sees the floor, like his elbow jumper, like come off the screen, elbow jump, pop. Like it's really beautiful to watch because like his game, he's just as tall as Kevin Durant, but like there's just like the way he plays. There's like a Kobe the way he pulls up from that elbow, like the way he scores, like it's almost like this is my spot. I know where it's at. This is easy. I'm knocking this down. I'm knocking this down here. I like the way he's playing. Like it's really crazy. Like the confidence that he's really playing with. Like it kind of makes me a little sad that he's not a Laker no more. But gotta do what you gotta do for AD.
Nah, I think the Lakers fucked up on that.
You think so?
They should have kept Lonzo for sure. or kept Ingram.
Yeah, I just felt like you couldn't keep Ingram just because of the way he plays. Like it was either like it was kind of back and forth with like him and LeBron. Like I kind of didn't like how they played together. You know what I mean? Like I liked watching Brandon Ingram how he played when LeBron was sitting down, but like I didn't like how they played. They didn't really have like a fluent like they didn't have like a flow together. You know what I mean? I felt like when LeBron came in, they played a lot faster. When Ingram was in there, they played slower because like he has to get his touches, he has to get to his spots. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
I understand. You know they
had to make it work.
They had to make it work, and not only did they have to make it work, but like if I'm the Pelicans, like if I'm giving you AD, I need that guy. So
yeah,
like, I understand, but
they got Steven Adams on that team now too.
Yeah, that was a really big pickup. That's a big pickup. I know Lonzo was happy with that because it's like, man, now I ain't got to worry about motherfuckers like all on me. Like them screens is gonna set motherfuckers back. Like
it's crazy how fucking strong that dude is.
Real talk. So like that's really gonna help him out. And I think getting rid of Jrue Holiday, as much as I'm pretty sure they didn't want to do that, but it really gives more onus to Lonzo, saying like, all right, you're the point guard here. You're going to be our guy. Zion's our scorer. Brandon Ingram's our scorer. But you're going to be our point leader. So I think the Pelicans are going to be really good. I think they're going to take a huge leap as well. I think I'm thinking maybe 5, 6. But yeah.
Depends on who they match up in that first round.
Yeah, but the way the West is always like, you know what I mean, it's always that first round is always a bad matchup for every team. I feel like, you know what I mean, it's dangerous for every single squad. So, but yeah, I think it's I'm interested to see what they do. Let's see, man. You know what? Probably my pick for rookie of the year too, and somebody that like I didn't really know too much about, but I've been watching a little bit of. Is Obi Toppin, man. I like
from the Knicks.
Yeah, I like his game. I like the way he's built. Like he's already NBA built. So like I think definitely he has a lot of things he needs to clean up. Like as far as like his game, like his jumper, the way he kind of plays back to the basket, but he's like a small forward. It's like, what the fuck are you doing? But like he's really strong, athletic. Defense, you know what I mean? So like I feel like he's gonna be the eye popper for the rookies, you know what I mean? Like I think LaMelo is gonna need some time. Because like I don't see LaMelo like I don't see him like dropping 25, 27 a night yet. You know what I mean? Just off the bat.
I think he's gonna be 15 and 8 for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Because like with his game, the way that he plays, he kind of does it all. You know what I mean? So like that stat sheet is gonna spread a little bit, but like I feel like as far as the flashiness of the player, I feel like Obi Toppin is gonna be the guy who's gonna really skyrocket. And I like him as my rookie of the year, to be honest.
That's not a bad choice at all. I think it's either him or LaMelo.
Yeah.
With Obi Toppin, he reminds me of a young Blake Griffin with that athleticism, that flash.
Absolutely.
So, especially he's going to be on a shitty-ass team, so I could definitely see it happening. Him rookie of the year.
Yeah. I think for a while, man, like this is the first obviously since Kristaps, this is like the first good pick they've had in a very long time.
Hopefully the Knicks don't fuck this one up.
They will, but I mean they'll find a way. It's the Knicks.
Hey, be careful. I don't want you to get banned from the Knicks stadium.
Man, fuck that. Yeah, like I'm going to see a Knicks game. Nigga, fuck out of here. But yeah, man.
Owner loves banning people apparently.
Ish. Well, I mean, he need to ban himself, nigga. Fuck. That's terrible ass. But yeah, man. I really don't think I have any more. I'm kind of interested to see Wiseman?
Oh, James Wiseman?
Yeah, I'm kind of interested to see how he's going to play with Steph. I feel like he's a really talented overall big, man. I'm not sure like how great of a shooter he is, but I think the mid-range would work out well for him, but like I don't know how much shine he's gonna get playing with all them damn shooters. He might get more now that Clay unfortunately isn't playing this year. So I think I'm interested to see what he does. I don't really care for the number 1 pick though. I don't really.
Yeah.
I'm not really. What is it, Anthony Edwards? Is that his name?
I see a little bit of problems with him. I feel like he's gonna have an inconsistency problem.
Yeah, I feel like he's gonna be like another Wiggins, honestly.
Yeah.
Or just a really slow. He's gonna grow to be that stud, but it's gonna take a long time for him to get there.
Yeah, especially the team that he's on too. I don't think he's gonna progress as quickly as people think he is.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah.
Oh, speaking of Warriors, do you know who I think the MVP is gonna be this year?
Who, Curry?
I think Curry's gonna win MVP this year.
I don't know, man.
I think the reason why is because Clay is out, and he's gonna have to do more of the load offensively, and we all seen what Steph Curry could do in a season.
Yeah, that was a while ago. Not saying that like Steph can't do that, but I also saw what happened to Steph when he was the only person there. He was trying to do too much and he got hurt, and it's really easy to key on that guy when he's the only one scoring. I think people really, and I think I've told you this because like back when we used to play ball, like we used to call each other like the Splash Brothers, because like I don't think people understand how much one needs the other. You know what I mean? So like, or how much one makes the other's job easier. So like with Steph can be the player that he is. He can do the things that he can do because they also got to watch out for Clay. Clay guards the toughest player. He does a lot of the grunt work, so Steph Curry can be the flashy guy. You know what I mean? So like with Clay gone, the only shooter you have to key in on is Steph. And like, not saying that like you can lock down Steph because nobody can do that, but it's going to be a lot harder for Steph, especially when you're working with so many rookies who don't know the game yet. Like, you have to teach too. You have to show them like, okay, well, this is where I get the ball at. Because like, I don't know if you remember the first game Steph came back when he came back from the broken hand.
Yeah.
That first game he came back, there were so many cuts and coming off screens that he was wide open for, but the team isn't built that way because they had so many new guys. They were missing him like on every single pass. Like, Steph kind of had to go one-on-one a lot to kind of get his points. So like, yeah, this time it's a little different because they have a full training camp, but I feel like Steph is still gonna have to do a lot of teaching. He's gonna have to do a lot of like, all right, this is where I get the ball here. This is where, you know what I mean? Because like, I felt like with Draymond and like at first when like Steph Curry was finally getting there, like they were establishing that with Mark Jackson, and like they kind of have that familiarity. You know what I mean? So like, it's a lot of learning that I feel like that team has to do still, and I feel like Steph, it's gonna be a lot harder for Steph to kind of, really have that MVP year. I felt like when Clay came back, I was like, yeah, he might be that guy. Definitely. But yeah,
I don't know, just with Steph, I feel like he just throws bullshit up and it just somehow goes in. So
yeah, I mean, he's definitely gonna have some highlights and shit, but
like him and Damian were talking, like we're just gonna chalk up half court shots now. I'm like, oh fuck.
You wanna know who I think my MVP is gonna be?
You gonna say Damian Lillard?
Nah,
Luka?
I think it's Luka this year.
I wouldn't be surprised because I feel like he's gonna average a triple double possibly.
I think Luka's gonna be the MVP this year. If not Luka, I think Giannis is probably gonna do it 3 times. Like, I feel like Giannis is just kind of built to like stuff the stat sheet. You know what I mean? Like, he's just like, it's just so easy for Giannis to get rebounds, come down, get some buckets. Like, the way that he plays, it's like built for the regular season. Like, every game I can just dominate. So I feel like it's either going to be Giannis for the 3rd time, or it's going to be Luka.
Yeah, I was thinking Giannis too, but I don't know, with everything that happened in the previous playoffs, like the narrative's going to be a little bit different from now, because this is something that they expect from him. It's going to be underappreciated in a sense.
Yeah, I definitely see that. You know what I mean? Because I don't know, man. I just feel like with Luka, he kind of just has he has all the intangibles already, and now that like 3rd year in, this is his 3rd year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like 3rd year in, like the team is better. I really just hope Kristaps can stay healthy, man. Like, I honestly feel like those two, they're almost like reminiscent of like AD and LeBron. You know what I mean? Like, Kristaps ain't as good defensively as AD, but like offensively, he can be that guy too. You know what I mean? He can. So I feel like those guys, they could really get it done, man. They got the shooters, they got the defense, they got that team could really make a big play. I think the only thing that can stop that is if Luka gets hurt. God forbid. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and that's why I'm a little nervous with this new NBA start, because it's like,
Not giving enough time.
You gotta protect these players. You gotta let. This is the only time where I'm like an advocate for load management. Like, yes, you need to protect your best players. You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know, man, but I'm hopeful. I think this is Luka's year for MVP. I honestly do.
I definitely can see that happening.
Yeah, I remember we used to have these talks where ESPN would be like, Luka Doncic is in the top 5, man. He's number 3, or he's this and that. I used to always say the same thing, like, man, this boy is like a year in, 2 years in, like,
he's more clutch than Harden.
Yeah, like he's more clutch than James Harden. Like, man, like
After last playoff shit.
like, yeah, but like the boy at the time has not made the playoffs. Like, he wasn't in the playoffs yet. So it's like, give them, like, you can't just put him up against James Harden, who has at least a resume of being clutch. Like, he's had clutch games. You know what I mean? So it's like, I feel like y'all gotta give these boys time to grow, man. Like, stop throwing them in the top 5 and they just got in the fucking league. But now,
Absolutely.
I think you can start looking at Luka that way. You know, even Trae Young. You know what I mean? I'm really excited. He's probably gonna be the one player I look at this year. I really want to see what he does with a decent team. Like,
he might be scoring leader this year.
yeah, man. Because like I was like a little bit taken back that he was an NBA starter, or he was an all-star starter. Like last year, I was like, but you got the worst team in the fucking league. Like, you can't be no fucking all-star starter and your team is the worst in the league. I don't want to see you. Like, yeah, you're flashy and you got the numbers, but it's like, your team ain't shit. So it's like, I don't want to see you in the all-star. Like, but now that he has a decent team, I'm really excited to see like where he goes with that.
No, they're gonna be winning some games this year for sure.
Yo, absolutely. But I kind of we touched on Harden a little bit. I kind of wanted to touch on him too, like when it comes to not like, you know, touch on him. Like, we ain't on no such shit, guys. You know what I'm saying?
No.
No, we ain't on that. But
Yeah.
but it's interesting to see like James Harden's his entire career, to where it's like how loyal he was to OKC, how much he wanted to stay there, and then they traded him because they didn't want to go over the luxury tax, which was fucking retarded. Like, one of the dumbest things. Like, they would rather pay Serge Ibaka at the time than pay James Harden, which was crazy to me. But you saw him go to Houston, find a home there, tell them like, I'm not going anywhere. He's spent how many years there? Like, he's really been the best player for Houston in a very long time, since Olajuwon. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so like I honestly feel like, to me, it's kind of crazy for him to finally be at that point where it's like, I want out. You know what I mean? Like, I've tried to make it work so many times here, but it's just not working, and I want to go. Which, you know, we can debate all, you know, back and forth with, like, I mean, you're the reason why you haven't made it there, but I think it's crazy when like there's when there's a limit to your loyalty when it comes to players. Like, you see Damian Lillard talking about, like, I'm not going anywhere. Like, I'm here in Portland. This is where I want to go. If I don't win a championship in my career, that doesn't mean more, that means less to me than being loyal to my soil. You know what I mean? Like, this is the team that drafted me. We're a top team every year. We have a chance every year of not going anywhere. And like, it's like, how long does that loyalty last when it comes to Harden? And it's like, now we're sitting here, and he was one of the players that I didn't think we would ever have to have this conversation about, like, where's he going to end up? You know what I mean? Because I feel like he was always that guy where he's like, nah, man, I care more about comfortability. I'm going to be a top player in the league. I'm going to do my thing, but I'm comfortable where I'm at. So I'm going to try my best to make it work here. But like, to finally see him be like, nah, man, I'm out. Like, I think it's kind of crazy, like, in a sense. Like, what do you think about that?
I don't think it's crazy at all. Consider all the teammates that he had in Houston. He had Dwight. He had Westbrook.
Yeah.
He had CP3. He had Clint Capella. You have Eric Gordon. And you couldn't make that shit work. I would leave too. Shit.
Yeah, but like, how much was that? How much was that on the teammates or on him? You know what I mean?
No, I get you. I totally think it's on him.
Yeah, I think he's had the teams. You know what I mean? To do it. Honestly, I just have these. I put him and Paul George in the same boat where it comes to like, you guys are just hella talented players, but you just don't get it done. You know what I mean? When
I feel
crunch
like
time,
Paul George is worse. Though.
Hell, 100% worse. But like, James Harden ain't far off when it comes to clutch. No, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, James Harden is that dude during the regular season, but it's like, I feel like he's definitely had more obstacles and a tougher road to get to the finals than
Paul George.
Yeah, absolutely. Because, I mean, he had to go against the Warriors. You know what I mean? That's not an easy team to try to get past. And like, Paul George is, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but two of those times when they faced the Warriors, they should have beaten them. One when KD was out, and the other time was when they're up 3-2.
But I didn't think they were gonna beat that team with KD out. I like maybe win more games, but I didn't think they were gonna beat that team at all. However, the year before, that was the year I honestly thought they were gonna beat that team, and then Chris Paul got hurt. So, and not only that, he's had chances against the San Antonio team.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. He's had chances within the years to get it done.
Got game winnered by Damian Lillard.
Yeah, but honestly though, I know that was kind of like a little bit off subject, because I'm really curious to where he's gonna go, where he's gonna end up. Like, if he's gonna get traded this year, do you think he is?
I think he's going to be traded. It's probably most likely Philadelphia, or I could definitely see Milwaukee. I don't think it's going to be Brooklyn.
Yeah,
because they're going to ask too much for Brooklyn.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if he's going to be traded this year. I think it's definitely possible. What I think what I think Houston is, I guess, banking on. I think Houston is hoping that, all right, let's have James Harden come back. Let's have them play. They're gonna start rolling. Him, John Wall, Boogie. God forbid they stay healthy. They're gonna look good. Which I think with James Harden, they're gonna look amazing. Just because like I was really impressed with how good they looked in preseason. You know what I mean? Like Boogie out here getting, you know what I mean, passing lane steals. Like John Wall moving easy. Like he still got the handle. The Boogie. Like he's. I think with this team, they're not gonna win a championship, obviously, but
of course.
I think Houston is banking on like, look, we're doing what we can to, like, you know what I mean, like we're giving, like, at some point you got to look at the history of what we've given you. We've gotten you Dwight Howard when you wanted Dwight Howard. We got you CP3 when you wanted CP3. When we traded CP3, we got you Westbrook. We're getting you all these players. At what point do we look at it and be like, bro, when are you gonna come through for us? Like, we've given you players. You can't say we haven't given you talent. You can't say we haven't given you superstars. Like, at what point are we gonna look at you and be like, yo,
shit, give those players to like LeBron or Giannis? Shit.
Thank you. Like, we got Dwight Howard a ring. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know what I mean? Like, at some point, you kind of have to look at James Harden and be like, bruh, we're doing our job as a front office. We've given you a coach who plays the same style you play. We've given you the players. You know what I mean? We've given you everything that we can. Like, when are you gonna come through for us? You know what I mean? So, like, I don't know, but I don't know. I think they're doing their best to try to get him to stay. But if they're gonna trade him, I honestly think Philly is probably the place that they would do. Even though Philly is like dead set on not getting rid of those two, I think it's a high chance. I just don't see Milwaukee making that trade, just because I don't think Milwaukee is gonna want to get James Harden and then have him walk away. That's a risk. You know what I mean? So like, I just don't think they'll want to do that. Even if let's say that they make that happen and they go and win a championship, like James Harden seems like the type of dude I'd be like, I'm still gonna go to Brooklyn. You know what I mean? I didn't really want to be here, but I'm glad we did this, but I just don't see it happening. You know what I mean?
I feel like that opens up the window for other players to come to Milwaukee. Like, for example, let's say if James Harden does leave and they do win a championship, a superstar player is going to be like, I could win with Giannis.
True, but...
And plus, the cap will be open for them.
True, but you got to look at who's going to be a free agent. Like, all the best free agents are locked in. They've, like, not last season, but the season before that. That's when, like, you know what I mean?
Big players, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, unless Kawhi doesn't sign an extension, maybe Kawhi might come, but I don't see Kawhi going to Milwaukee.
He's a fun guy. I see him going there.
Yeah, but like, I mean, if he would,
he's gonna leave.
You think he's gonna leave?
He's gonna leave. Clippers are fucked. They are not winning anymore.
Oof. Yeah.
Their window of chance was last year, and they lost to the Denver Nuggets.
Yeah, and
who are gonna be better next year and the following years to come.
And to invest in Paul George, that still makes me smile because I'm just like, this man was the one person. Not even just that, he was like the biggest person that like. One of the biggest like disappointments that the Clippers could have. And they invested all that money in him. He's getting paid more than AD. And I'm like, look at what he did in the playoffs.
I'm surprised they signed that super high max the way he fucking played.
Yeah, I don't understand it. But I guess you kind of have to do that after giving away your entire future for him. So you kind of have to
bank in on it.
Yeah, at least ride with him. But I have no clue what happens. I don't have a clue what happens with Kawhi. I don't know if he's gonna want to stay, but I feel like if you're Kawhi, you better. You fought so hard to get to LA. You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand why like you fight this hard to get to LA. Why would you want to go anywhere else? You know what I mean? Especially of all places to Milwaukee. Like, what's the difference between Milwaukee and Toronto? You know what I mean? In the sense of like it's cold. I mean, I guess Toronto has more of a nightlife, I guess. You know what I mean?
Brewery. I don't know.
Like, I couldn't tell you a thing.
I've been hearing about the Milwaukee alcohol is a different story.
Does Giannis even drink? He looks like he drinks. He look like he get fucked up on his free time.
It's either that or the smoothies.
But yeah, I don't know, man. I think either Philly or he's not going anywhere. I think they just keep him. Yeah. But it's kind of crazy.
I don't see it working with Philly though, because
I don't see it working anywhere. Like, James Harden ain't that dude.
His style,
he's just not that dude.
Ugh. Nah, I think they're better off sticking with Ben Simmons.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Coach of the year. Who you got?
I don't know. I don't think it's going to be any of the top teams. I don't think it's going to be the Lakers or the Milwaukees. I think it's going to be an upcoming team. So I could definitely see, like the Pelicans coach making some noise, or like the Atlanta coach.
I don't know, man. I think Malone. I think Denver. I think Mike Malone. I think he's got it. Cause like, man, Denver is one of the teams where I'm just like, this team is gonna be deadly as fuck, man. Especially if they start playing bol, man. I'm waiting for them to start doing it, because once they do, Denver's gonna be hard to fucking beat, man. Like, this big ass African, I don't even know where the fuck this dude is from, man. But this motherfucker got a handle. He big as fuck.
Got a jumper.
He got a jumper. He out here making fucking magic passes. Like, I don't know what the fuck I don't even know why they're like shelving him for so long. Like, what are they waiting on? Honestly,
I think they're waiting for the season, because I knew they weren't going to play him in the playoffs, considering like.
Yeah, but it's like you saw what he did in the bubble, and it's like I'm looking at this motherfucker in training camp, preseason. Like, this nigga Bol is nice, man.
Yeah, him and Michael Porter too.
They got way too many superstars. They got way too many star players on their team. Like, how are they not gonna make a leap? Like, Michael Porter Jr., Jokic, Murray, Bobo's gonna be on the come up. Porter's gonna be on the come up. Like, that team is just loaded with young talent. Like,
Yeah.
people are comparing them to like that OKC team, but it's like OKC ain't never had talent like that. Like, that many guys, like, them dudes look scary, and like, we need to beat up on these motherfuckers now. Like, if we're like the Lakers, we need to beat on them now before it's too late. Like, that's crazy. Speaking of which, we inevitably are gonna come to a time where there's no LeBron,
Yeah.
and I honestly don't know who's going to be that next guy, who's gonna be that dude to win after all of these years. You know what I mean? Like, we've never seen a player like LeBron before. Like, it's never happened. But when it comes to the fact that KD, I don't see him being the fact that KD doesn't like to talk to the media, like the fact that he's kind of like standoffish, like he's not really like a guy that you look at and be like, he's the leader, you know, that, or he's going to be the next guy to take the lead in the NBA. You know what I mean? Like, the fact that we have nobody who really does that, like, who's going to be the next face of the NBA?
I think it's going to be between two players. I think it's going to be Luka or it's going to be Giannis. They have the likability when it comes to the media. When they talk to the media, their talents is enormous. So it's definitely going to be weird when LeBron leaves. I remember someone telling me it was weird when Kobe left, and I was like, yeah, that's true. But when Kobe left, you knew you had LeBron in the league.
Right.
So the next face is going to be someone that doesn't have a championship. Probably, unless if, you know, Giannis or Luka get it done within the next 3 years. But the way it's looking, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I see Luka and I see Giannis, but they just, to me, they don't have that pizzazz that like LeBron has. Like, when LeBron is speaking in front of the media, like, you kind of feel like no matter what this man says, like, it's correct, like, it's right. Like, LeBron just kind of has that, like,
You think
this
so?
is my word. Like, this, like, not even that, like, this is my world, and like, y'all just yeah, y'all in tune to the LeBron show. Like, we don't have a guy who's like that other than LeBron. I just don't see it. Like, yeah, like, who's that guy who's gonna be like, you know, who's gonna be fearless enough to take on the challenges that like LeBron has done and that can actually do it? Like, we don't have anybody that great. I feel like we have a lot of amazing superstars, but we don't have any great player like LeBron. You know what I mean? Like, I don't see anybody in this league that can take on certain challenges that like I feel like LeBron can. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I just don't see it from anybody, like any superstar in this league. I feel like we're going to go through a really the NBA is going to go through a hard time losing LeBron. Like, trying to find that next charismatic guy that like to push the league onto. I just don't see it.
I mean, it's gonna have to happen. I mean, the show has to go on, but it's gonna be weird, unless if, you know, a player comes out of the draft and it turns out like,
yeah, because you got a lot of fucking diva ass NBA players, man. Like,
Lord forbid if Kyrie was the face of the fucking league.
Jesus fucking Christ, man. There's one fucking player I don't want to hear shit from. It's Kyrie. Like, like, I'm gonna just be real up. Like, Kyrie is just the most annoying motherfucker. Like, the fact that this, like, the way this nigga talks, like, he talks like he's smarter than everybody in the fucking world. Or, like, people are just supposed to get what the fuck he be saying when this shit makes no fucking sense. Like, it's like, that man just gets on my fucking nerves. And it's like, KD's like that too. So it's like, it's kind of crazy how like KD, like, yeah, it's kind of crazy how like KD is really like no different than fucking Kyrie when it comes to talking to the media. So it's like I don't like hearing from fucking KD either. So it's like I don't know, man. Brooklyn is.
I think it's
Brooklyn's gonna be.
train wreck.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a train wreck watching Brooklyn fucking this season. I can't wait to see it though. It's gonna be funny,
Oh, absolutely.
honestly.
I'm just waiting for that. Knicks sucking as usual.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty crazy, man. Yeah,
Lakers gonna win the championship this year for sure.
yeah, absolutely.
I think so.
And I'm
too.
not just saying that because I'm a diehard Laker fan, but I just don't see a team that's better. I don't see a team that is as polished. Like, and I don't think, and maybe you can tell me, I don't think I've ever seen a team who's won a championship
and got better.
and then the next year lost all the players that they won a championship with and got better. Like, I've never seen that where this is a completely different team. Like our the makeup of our team, Danny Green's gone, JaVale McGee's gone, Dwight's gone, fucking Avery Bradley's gone, like Rondo's gone, like all of our guys are gone, and we have all new dudes. So it's like, how many times have you ever seen where an NBA team has won a championship, and for the better part won the championship having the chemistry that they had, great chemistry. They were able to go into the bubble. They were able to, withstand all of that boringness, like that just of what the bubble is, and come out champions because of their chemistry, because they're so close. And then the next season, all those guys are gone. They all leaving to go get the bag or get more playing time, and then you get a whole new squad, and you're a better team than the one before. I've never seen that before.
Yeah, it's very rare that you see that, unless if you look at the very older teams in the NBA. But it's crazy because you didn't mention one player that I'm looking at like, this person is good as he is in the preseason.
Wow. Honestly, I really do like Horton Tucker. I do. And I feel like if there's anybody that should be worried about how well he's playing, it's Kyle Kuzma.
Because he's about to lose his minutes.
You're going to lose your job, bro. If Horton Tucker keeps playing the way that he's playing and you're not stepping up, he's going to take your fucking job, bro. Like,
yeah.
He was a beast last year whenever he did get playing time, whenever he got minutes. But, like, just to seeing how, like, this motherfucker's 20 years old. He just turned 20 years old. Man got a handle. Man got a jumper.
Finish.
He can finish. He can pass. He's not like he can play without the ball. He can defend. And it's like, I feel like the Lakers are slowly but surely grooming him.
Yeah.
And it's like, Kyle Kuzma, bro, like, and I'm gonna be really pissed off if, like, at the end of the day he does take Kyle Kuzma's job, when it's like we could have had fucking Lonzo the entire time. Yeah. Like, I always felt like, and I know a lot of people just like shit on Lonzo, think he's like, he's whack or he's privileged because of his dad. But it's like, I always said Lonzo with LeBron and AD, I would have really loved to see. Because, like, you don't need points from Lonzo. You just need him to be the point guard that he is. And I felt like, man, you think last season was Showtime? If Lonzo was with that team,
oh Lord, have mercy.
Them passes, bro. Oh
full
my
court
goodness,
lobs.
yo.
Oh.
And then the fact that he plays defense, like,
he was on his way being all defensive team.
Yeah, man. There's not a lot of teams. There's not a lot of point guards that are as good as him, like, defensively. Like, especially when it comes to, like, this man was getting chased down blocks, the steals, like, the IQ. Like, Lonzo knows how to push the ball, man. With the Laker team last year, that would have been a beautiful thing to see, man. But we had to give him up, man. And I like Kuzma. Like, I'm one of the very few people who still believe in Kuzma. I honestly think he did not get enough time to, like, be the player that people wanted him to be. Like, he missed, like, the first 15, 20 games because of injury. Coming in, it's hard to kind of find your footing, find your place when you're playing with Anthony Davis and LeBron James. So it's like, so people were like, oh, he's inconsistent. One day he'll score 3 points and the next he'll score 30. I'm like, yeah, the times that he scores 30 is when LeBron ain't playing, or, well, not LeBron. LeBron pretty much played every game, but
AD.
When AD ain't playing, then it's like, okay, we need more points, so I'm gonna put up more points. So it's like, I don't feel like Kyle Kuzma got the respect that he deserved because he didn't get the time to really gel with the team. Like, you know what I mean? So, this season we'll see, man. He's healthy. I think he's gonna be solid. Like I believed in him last year. I believe in him this year. I think he's gonna be solid, man. We're gonna need him because, like I said, if they're smart, they're gonna sit LeBron out and AD a lot of games. So he's gonna get his chance to shine, man. Yeah.
He's not gonna shine.
I think he is, man. I think I believe in Kuz, man.
Shit, I don't. I'm not even a big fan of the Lakers, to be honest.
I believe in him, man. The man can put the ball in the hoop. Like, he can really score. So, but yeah, man. That's and then the Clippers, man. The Clippers, man. I just don't see. I think it's over for them too, man. I think it's over. I really do.
Yeah, that whole. And you lost Montrezl Harrell.
Yeah. And he was balling preseason, man. Like that.
I figured that with LeBron.
He wouldn't have been there, man. But yeah, man. I think that pretty much covered like at least our first official episode, man. How you feel about it?
Feeling good, man. Feeling good.
Yeah, man. I feel solid about it. I really I like the new setup. You know what I mean? We're still in flux with excuse my mental. We'll figure that out. But until then, we're happy to be able to give you guys some content, give you guys something to look forward to. You know what I mean? For all you sports guys, we'll probably get into MMA the next episode, a little bit what's going on. But yeah, there's a lot going on with NBA, so we really wanted to stress that out, man. But I've been CJ Ashley.
And I'm Daniel.
So yeah, we'll catch you guys next time, man.
If not, you'll get hands.
Hoops and hands, man. We will give you the hands, bro. We will give you the hands. Yeah, we out. I'm picture perfect when I scratch the surface. I'ma get it till I see it working. I'm a product of all of the greats. None of y'all can relate. Me, I'm just balling it up.